Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today what I have for you guys is a brand new GTA Online video. Rockstar buffed one of their older DLC updates to the game, and they also buffed the payouts for the missions and content that's a part of this DLC with their latest weekly update. So that's basically what we will be checking out today. I'll be sharing with you guys the best ways and the fastest methods that you can use to make lots of extra money fast and easy this week, and I want to make sure you can be as efficient as possible when completing this content so that you can maximize these lucrative bonuses before they go away. We haven't had this business on bonus in years now, so it's definitely a great opportunity to jump back in and revisit it, or if you haven't checked it out yet, then certainly purchase this business and try it out for yourself for the first time. So with that being said, let's jump into things. The business we're talking about today is from the Import-Export DLC, and that is the Vehicle Cargo Warehouse. Now, this business is fantastic, even when not on bonus here. It's simple, it's a great side activity to do while you multitask and work on your other businesses and heists, and overall it's just a fun time. Now for the remainder of this weekly update, we have double money on the vehicle sales that you complete through your Vehicle Cargo Warehouse, so let's start discussing what exactly you need to do if you want to take advantage of this update to the fullest. To start your Vehicle Cargo Import-Export operation in GTA Online, you first need to acquire a Vehicle Cargo Warehouse. Now this requires you owning and registering as a CEO from a CEO office using that Secure Serve feature in the interaction menu, and after registration, just purchase a vehicle warehouse via your office computer. So we're going to log in here. I will show you your vehicle cargo, or my vehicle cargo right here. On PS4, I have so much more progress. On PC, I'm basically just getting started essentially, but this is one of definitely my favorite businesses in the game. So you could source through here. I recommend doing it for your terabyte, but let's just break down basically what you need to do. There are 9 different vehicle warehouses available, but you can only possess one. So after you buy a warehouse, vehicles are sourced through that same office computer, or like I said, through your terabyte after setting up your vehicle cargo warehouse. Now, subsequently, you can also engage in import-export missions via the warehouse as well, and it is important to note that exporting these vehicles is exclusively done through your vehicle cargo warehouse laptop, whereas the sourcing, like I want to reiterate here, is either done through your CEO office computer, where I am right now, or of course through your terabyte right there. Now, when it comes to the vehicle cargo warehouse, let's talk about the missions and the vehicles next. So here we are in my warehouse. And when it comes to this warehouse, you deal with 3 categories of vehicles. You deal with top range, mid range, and standard range. The most profitable are, of course, the top range vehicles, with others yielding lesser returns. Now, the gameplay randomly assigns you a vehicle and its class while you're focused on filling up your warehouse. The sourcing progress involves you completing 15 missions, varying in complexity here. Some of them might involve confrontation with police or enemy NPCs, and notably, other adversaries like players can target you if they so choose while you're on a sell mission, but most of the time the NPCs that are going to be shooting at you are targeting you, not the vehicle. So what you can do to easily eliminate these enemies so that you don't damage your cars and lower your profits that you're going to be earning is just basically park the vehicle, get outside, fight the enemies, and then steal it, or for the first case of selling it, fight the enemies first, so all the waves, you eliminate all the waves that you're fighting, the waves of enemies I'm referring to here, then get in your vehicle and deliver it. Now the adversaries, like I said, they're capable of inflicting significant damage both to you and the car, and they're highly accurate. Damage to the car during your import can incur repair costs of up to $30,000, hence it's crucial to protect your vehicle from harm, and after you import a vehicle with that mission, it can be sold immediately for a profit. Each class of vehicle has a distinct market value, with the top range being the most lucrative. Now, while you can't directly choose to source a top, mid, or standard range vehicle because it's randomized, like I said, if you do happen to store 10 mid-range and 10 standard range vehicles, as well as 12 full top range vehicles, if you just sell that 12th one, source the 12th top range, sell the 12th top range, etc., over and over and over, you will guarantee you're always sourcing and selling that top range vehicle. So like I said, let me reiterate here. The warehouse can hold a maximum of 40 vehicles, including 32 unique models. So basically, if you're confused on what I'm talking about here, it breaks down in the following method. You can have 12 top range vehicles, 10 mid range, and 10 standard range. The strategy here is to accumulate all mid and standard range vehicles so that you can increase your likelihood of sourcing your top range ones. If you're playing with other players, you can also export up to 4 vehicles simultaneously with the assistance of those players, and there are 3 types of customers here. You have private, showroom, and specialist dealers, each offering varying prices. Obviously, for maximum profit, always opt to export to specialist dealers, and those export missions, like I said, involve waves of up to 4 enemy NPCs. So something you want to do here when you're selling, of course, is to just make sure you don't damage your vehicle with those. Maybe fight those off first, then get in your car that you're selling, and then deliver it to the destination. So it's very simple. You basically just got to follow the 10-10-12 method. Basically, the maximum amount of vehicles you want to have in your garage is 32. Don't fill it all the way up to 40. Fill it all the way up to 32 and make sure the 32 is made up of 10 mid-range, 10 standard range, and then 12 top range vehicles. What you're going to do then is sell your 12th top range vehicle, and immediately after that, just source another one. The game is going to guarantee you get a top range vehicle, and then you're going to have your 20-minute cooldown, of course, or your 20-minute cooldown immediately after you sell. And then when you come back to sell later on, you will be selling another top range vehicle, and you're basically just going to source that vehicle right back. All right, so here we are at our vehicle warehouse computer. I'm going to sit down, log in, and just show you the car selection I have right now, because this is basically how we're going to start off our sourcing. So as you can see, I actually have a total of 8, 9, 10, 11 top range vehicles. And like I said, you need 12 to always get that top range. So this means we need to source another, but unfortunately you can't source through this computer itself. You actually need to go through either your CEO office computer, or what I recommend is get your Terabyte and park it right outside the vehicle warehouse so you can start sourcing cargo as soon as you leave. So I just left my warehouse. I'm gonna run inside my Terabyte right now. Like I said, I have it parked basically just right outside. Now we're gonna log on to my Terabyte computer. This is a great tool to use if you're looking to grind actual cargo yourself anyway, like special cargo, but we wanna source our vehicle cargo and confirm sourcing this vehicle that we wanna steal. And then all we need to do is leave, hop in our car, and source this vehicle. Sometimes you gotta like walk back out if you're on the phone because the game doesn't prompt you the correct way. So here we go to Ron Alternate's farm. This car just spawned, but we're gonna go right here, hop in our O bay. You can use, you know, your oppressor to get around. You can use whatever you want. Basically, we're just gonna take this car because I prefer playing this game driving around. Use whatever vehicle you want. It's definitely fastest if you get a heli or an oppressor, of course. Fly right there and steal it. We are sourcing an Osiris, which is one of those top range vehicles, which we're gonna sell right after this. So I will see you guys when we get to the destination. Alright, we have arrived, and it appears there's some type of car show or promotion going on, so all you need to do is steal the vehicle. There are going to be some enemies here, which I do like to kill just to make sure that we don't have any damage that actually happens to this vehicle while we're sourcing it, because, you know, if you try and get in the car, these people are going to shoot at you, and then you damage the car, and then you lose some value in your sale later. So now, we just got to steal this Osiris and drive it right back to our vehicle warehouse. A big tip here, if you don't want to drive it yourself, is bring a cargo bob, and you can just basically fly up to a certain altitude to make sure you don't get any enemy spawns that are going to disrupt you or interrupt you, things like that, and you're good to go. Again, I like playing the OG way just because it keeps the game a little bit interesting and fresh for me, so I drive my vehicles back myself. But if you're looking to grind this and you want to do it in the quickest way, take a helicopter. Don't deal with what I'm doing, especially since I'm about to damage the car right now. So I will see you guys when we get back to the warehouse. All right, so we are pulling up to the warehouse now. We're pretty much good to go, and now we want to tuck this vehicle into our garage. And now this means we have a total of our 10 mid-range, 10 standard range, and our 12 top-range vehicles. You can source even more if you want, because I think your vehicle cargo warehouse can hold 40, but you only want to hold a maximum of 32. So now what we want to do is sit down on the computer and sell a vehicle. It doesn't have to be the Osiris. You could sell any top-range vehicle you want. You just need to make sure that as soon as you sell this vehicle later, at your next opportunity, source another one, and you're going to basically get that same vehicle back. So we can sell that one. We could sell basically whatever top range vehicle we want, but just to keep it simple and easy, let's sell that same Osiris that we just sourced. Export. You are going to make $200,000 while we are on double money. Normally it would be $100,000 with a $20,000 basically required high-end modification cost, so your profit's $80,000 if you get 100% and don't damage the vehicle. But this week it's great because you make $200,000 and you can do this every 20 minutes. So what I recommend is you basically, as soon as you start your game, source your car, sell your car, you'll be on cooldown for 20 minutes and you can sell again. In the meantime, do something when it comes to your acid lab. You can also focus on other things like, you know, you could do auto shop contracts. You could do basically whatever type of content you want, and you're going to be pretty much good to go. So here, I just like to customize it a little bit just to make the car look a little bit better in my opinion. I'm not going to really focus on it too much, but I think this will be good to go. Okay, now we're just going to want to do that. I probably should have done bulletproof tires as well in case they get shot out, but either way, you don't need to worry about customizing it if you don't want to. You could just do whatever mods you want. You can make it look cool, but of course, if you're just trying to make money, you probably just want to drive it as quick as possible to the destination. So with that said, now we're going to rip it. We have 4.33 miles to go, which is actually quite far. That's pretty interesting in my opinion. One thing you could do to avoid taking a lot of damage as well is wait for those enemies to spawn. If you're in a solo lobby, then you could shoot them and make sure you get rid of all the waves and enemies before you start driving the vehicle. So what I recommend is hop out of the vehicle, take out the waves of enemies. You get 3 or 4 waves and then they will just stop spawning entirely and stop chasing you. I'm just trying to showcase to you how quick we can do this in a single recording for the sake of this video. It's so fast, it's so easy, and it's just such a great business that you can use even when it's going to be on single money. Obviously, you're not going to be making as much when it's on double money right now, but even when it's on just like standard payouts, it's such a great business to use while you're in the middle of working on your acid lab. You got your auto shop contracts, while you're waiting on the cooldown to sell another vehicle, work on your Dr. Dre contract, whatever it is, chip away at the Cayo Perico heist, the casino heist if you're doing this with your friends. There's so many options for you. So all we need to do now is just deliver this to the destination. I'll probably speed this up for you guys so you don't need to see me drive and ramble all the way there. And yeah, let's make some money. Here we are coming up on our destination. As you can see, my tire got blown out. Like I said when I was customizing the vehicle, I should have definitely put bulletproof tires on it. That was my bad YouTuber moves, but my recording is 9 minutes and 37 seconds long right now from the time we began sourcing to the time we just delivered the top range vehicle, and we made $197,000. Basically, if you don't take damage like you should be doing, like either by killing the enemies at first, waiting, and then driving the vehicle, or by taking a heli, flying to a certain altitude so the enemies don't spawn, and then flying to the destination and delivering it with a cargo bob, you'd make $200,000, you know, including the cut, and then your cut gets taken out, or the basically vehicle warehouse's cut gets taken down, and the vehicle modification costs and things like that. But there you go. It's basically $200,000, call it, in 10 minutes. You now have a 20-minute cooldown until you could start the next one. So basically, you're going to spend every half hour of your hour, basically 1/2 of an hour entirely, 10 minutes for the sourcing and selling, 20 minutes for the cooldown on the vehicle cargo warehouse. That frees up your 30 minutes of your gameplay hour during your gameplay session to work on your acid lab, which is already producing in the background. You could work on doing some Dre contract missions. You could work on security contracts, auto shop contracts, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. This is a great multitasking tool. You can work on all of the delivery missions for your export mixed goods, the bike deliveries, the auto shop deliveries, whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. There's so many ways to mix and match this with your business. So I highly recommend you take advantage of it. If this video helped you, make sure to drop a like on it. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. I'd love to have you here. I upload daily Rockstar Games content, whether it's GTA Online or Red Dead Online related. We've had a lot of news out this week with the GTA Online winter update, and which I uploaded a video on if you want to check that out. We have some GTA 6 news with the trailer coming up in December. So usually I make these money guides. I try to get them out by Saturday latest, but of course this video you're watching it on Sunday. I'm recording it on Friday, and it's just part of my content schedule. There's been a lot of other videos I needed to make that took priority in the meantime, so I'm just getting around to making this one for you now. So you are seeing this sort of mid-weekend, so I do apologize about that. Like I said, I try and get these out earlier, but nonetheless, I still want to bring this video out to you guys to showcase to you how good this business is. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next GTA Online video. Adios, amigos.